Hey guys, what's up?
Hey guys, it's V and for today's video we're going to be telling embarrassing stories about ourselves, so...
Or other people.
Yeah.
Just stories in general.
Embarrassing funny stories, so...
You can go first.
Which one's I going to tell? Oh, okay. So I was in school one time, and I have this friend, I'm not going to say her name, but...
It's confidential.
Yes. She was on her period, and she was in the bathroom, and you know how they have those little, like, bins where you can, like, dispose your pads or tampons or whatever? Well, for some reason it wasn't there, like, it was missing, and so she took out her tampon, and she was like, well, where am I gonna put it? Because she didn't know she could flush it down the toilet. So instead of flushing it down the toilet, she puts it in her lunchbox, and she puts it in there, and I mean, later, like, when she, like, got out, no one was in the bathroom, she threw it away, but it was still used, and it's pretty gross. And then later that day in French class, this other girl was like, I'm really hungry. And so my friend, she's like, oh, I have your granola bar. And, I mean, the tampon wasn't in there by then, but she took out the granola bar, she's like, oh, here, and was open by the way. And she gave it to the girl, and she was, like, eating it, blah, blah, blah. And then she was, like, almost done with it, and my friend was like, oh, you know something funny? Like, she didn't think anything of it because to her it wasn't like that gross because she was the one that did it. But he told the girl, she's like, do you want to know something funny? And she's like, I'm sure. She's like, I put a used tampon in there or whatever. Basically telling her what happened. And she was like, what? It's like, that's gross. He basically just ate her, like, period blood. Like, that's so gross.
But there wasn't any on the granola bar. I mean, but that's besides the point.
I mean,
it's so disgusting
but it was
either way.
open.
Yeah.
And a used tampon was inside. Like, I wouldn't want to eat that, even, like, either way. I don't know. It was really, I felt so bad for her. I could not stop laughing. Her face was priceless.
It's pretty embarrassing I'd be more embarrassed. Like, the friend should be embarrassed, not the girl that ate the granola bar.
No, because she gave her that, and then she told her that story. Like,
that's sick.
I don't know. It's not very, like, clean either.
Yeah.
I mean, she washed the lunchbox still, but I don't know. I would not want to. Yeah, it was bad.
It's disgusting. So my embarrassing story is not really like embarrassing for me because it didn't happen to me, but it happened to like one of my friends. I'm not gonna say who it is either, but it was when I was in high school, and she had like, was it like a home ec class or something? And it was in April, it was around Easter time. And for their class, they had to decorate boiled eggs. And you do like the tie-dye and all that. I think this was maybe like at the beginning of the week or something. And she was like, I'm just gonna go put it in my locker. And the reason that I know this is because my class was right across the hall from her, so I went with her to go put it in her locker and stuff. And she was like, I'll take it home at the end of the day. And so the end of the day came and she didn't take it home. So I mean, not that big of a deal, it was just one day. So then the next day went by and she totally forgot about it. And then I think the weekend came around and she didn't take it home. So then it was like Monday and she would go to her locker every morning to get, you know, her books or whatever. And I went with her, and you could kind of smell a little bit when you open like the locker. But it wasn't like too bad, and she was like, okay, like, she's like, I really need to take these home like today before my locker starts to stink up. So I think that at the end of the day it came around again and she just forgot about it. And then it was like mid during the week and she hadn't gone to her locker, and then she went and she was like, oh my gosh, like it's starting to smell like bad. She's like, I need to take it home. But it would only smell bad when she would open her locker. So it was like me and like 2 or 3 other friends would be like, hey, you know, you might want to take it because it's kind of starting to smell. And so then that weekend came around and she forgot about it. So this is now going on to like the 3rd week. And now when she would open her locker, it was like an overpowering smell, and she was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. She's like, I can't take it out right now. Like, everyone's gonna see, and it's gonna, like, they're gonna know it's my locker. So, and me and my friends, with like our other friends, like, we would start laughing because it would like, because it was really starting to stink, and we're like, let's just get out of here, like, before people see. So it was like towards the end of that week, I think. But long story short, it pretty much came about to like a month, and it got to the point where like the hallway started to smell, and you would walk by her locker, and everyone was like, what is that smell? What is that smell? And then it came to the point where the principal, I guess, had said, like, there's a certain smell going on in the hallway. We need to start checking lockers to see what that smell is. And of course she's embarrassed. She's like, oh my gosh, she's like, I have to wait till after school to throw it away now because then people are gonna know, like, it was her locker. So, I mean, it got to the point where it just smelled bad. Like, you would walk by, like, her locker and it would just smell like rotten egg, like, beyond, like, disgusting, like, a smell. So, I think what ended up happening is she just like went after school one day and she just like grabbed, because it was like in a bag, and she just grabbed it and tossed it into the trash. And of course the trash like reeked. But it was just pretty embarrassing because, you know, having to slam your locker or you can get one book and go to your class before people find out like it's your locker that's stinking up the hall. But I mean, I guess that's an embarrassing story. I mean, I thought it was
Okay, so it was a long time ago. I was in elementary school. But I was in class and I was like, oh, Mrs. So-and-so. I was like, can I go to the bathroom? Like, I really have to pee. And I went and I don't know what happened, but I guess I just was like so focused on like releasing myself so I could pee. And I went to the bathroom and I like heard like squat and I started going and I just kind of was like, something looks different. I was like, what is it? I was like looking around and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to close the stall door, so I was sitting there peeing with like my pants down and I was peeing without closing the door. I was like, oh crap. I just kind of like had to stop myself and close the door, and then like, I kid you not, 2 seconds later, someone walked in.
Oh my god.
And it was scarring for them and me. I don't know. I'm just like so glad because it just like clicked like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, let me close the door.
Oh, and then another one that I have is when I was in high school. I think it was my junior year. Senior year we didn't take like tax, toss, star, whatever you guys call it. When I was a junior, I think it was called tax test. And our high school, they had a lot of, I guess, people that started with the last name G, which is like for me. So they had 2 classrooms specifically because they divide you up like a certain amount of people per class. So I guess what I do was like a lot of people with that last name, they had it divided up into 2 classrooms with your name that started with the letter G. So for whatever reason, either my teacher, she told me wrong, because you had to ask your teacher and she would tell you what room you went to. So she either told me the wrong room or I looked at it completely wrong. But I went into the classroom and of course the teacher, they do like practice runs. So it's like the day before you go to your classroom for testing, and the teachers have to call roll to make sure you're there so you know you're in the correct spot or whatever. So I went in there and I sat down and then she starts calling, you know, names, and I'm just like, what? Like everyone's raising their hand like here, 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 and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, well, why isn't she calling my name? And then she gets to the end and of course she asks the question like, oh, is there anyone in here whose name I did not call? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, am I the only one? I'm like, me? And she's like, what's your name? And I told her, she's like, oh, no, sweetie, you're in the other class. So of course everyone, there's like probably 25 kids in there. And of course I have to get up in the middle of it and then walk out. That's not even the most embarrassing part. It's walking into the other room now where they're done calling roll, and then I have to go and explain as to why I was in the wrong classroom, and then find an empty seat and, you know, sit down, which is, to me, that's really embarrassing. I don't know being in the wrong room.
So my brother, he tends to choke a lot because his
Esophagus.
his throat is so small. And I know that's like not funny because that's kind of scary, but with this particular story, it's kind of funny.
This is funny the way he reacted to the situation.
So we were at someone's house and he was chewing gum. And then all of a sudden his face gets really serious. And he's just like, and then he jumps up and he's like, he goes like this, and he's like jumping, he's like jumping up and like freaking King Kong. And he's like choking, and he starts running around, and he's just like, why is he running around? And I mean, in that moment, I was just kind of like, what is he? Is he okay? Like, what's happening? And Mom's like, are you choking? He's like, and he kept pounding his chest, like, what are you doing? And my mom was started like, you know, doing like the Heimlich maneuver or whatever. And he's okay. Or he was, he's still whatever. But I just thought it was so funny, like, when you're choking, this isn't the sign to say you're choking, it's this. And he was just like, it was really funny.
I think he was just freaking out and he was like, how am I going to get this gum out?
Because you know, you can't breathe.
And then I think they asked him at the end, like, why didn't you say you were choking? And he said because it was embarrassing. He was embarrassed.
It's embarrassed when you choke.
Which to me, I'm just like,
Get
help
this
me,
out of me.
get it out of me before I like die.
Yeah, that's
scary.
Like, that's like not the only time he's done it. Like one other time he was on his heelys skating around the house. He just kind of skated into the room and he was choking in it by himself. And my mom heard him like pounding on the desk. And mom was like, okay. I don't know.
So if you guys have any embarrassing stories you guys want to share with us, be sure to put it in the comments and let us know. We'd love to read them. You know, it's fun to share. Yeah, get a good laugh. Share embarrassing stories together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and
Hope you laughed.
hope you laughed. We made you laugh just a little bit. But if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.